it's me, Vicky Marie, and I'm a little bit late onto the stream. This is a bit of a, I'm trying to squeeze this stream in because I've got quite a lot of classes this morning. But I will probably be back on later on for public live. And of course, tonight is Thursday, so it's members live tonight, around about 8-9 o'clock this evening. I'll be doing a members live stream. Anyway, where are we? Thursday. Happy Thursday. And good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. I'm in mainland Spain. My name is Vicky, in case you didn't know. And it's 9:14 a.m. in Spain. And it's really hot already. It's so hot, and it's going to get hot. Apparently, we're going to get 40 degrees this weekend. So, you know, I'll just be lolling around and having about 20 cold showers a day, or tepid showers, because the water doesn't even get cold this time of year. So I can't say that you get a cold shower, you get a tepid shower. That'll be my next few days. Anyway, just want to say thank you, of course, as well, everyone who has subscribed, liked my videos, watched my videos, anyone who sent me a super chat, bought me a Ko-fi or PayPal'd me, and of course the most special thanks of all to my members. Thank you so much for being a member of my channel. Let's take the banner off now. Now I want to give you an update on this crossbow twonk from yesterday. Most of you probably know that he's been caught, etc. And I did put put that on my community post last night. But of course, I was watching the football, or I was gearing up to watching the football, and so I couldn't come on and do a live. But yeah, fantastic football match last night. Didn't make us go to extra time and penalties. Didn't have to suffer through all that again. You know, so it's not easy being an England fan, but it feels easy now. So we're going through, of course, the finals on Sunday, but Spain will take some beating, that's for sure, because they're a really good team. But of course, in the meantime, so something else that I wanted to say. Now, most of my regular chatters, I don't have to say this, I know, but somebody put a comment on one of on that video yesterday, one of the videos about this horrible man that's murdered these 3 women. Oh, it looks a bit foreign. Looks a bit foreign. Just saying, you know, like, honestly, listen, I don't have racism on my channel. If you're a racist, you're not welcome on my channel. I haven't blocked that person. I just told them straight, you know, I don't welcome racism on my channel. White people murder people, you know. British people murder people. It's not exclusive to foreigners, and it's not exclusive to immigrants. So there's twonks in every walk of life. So I don't tolerate racism on my channel. I don't tolerate homophobia on my channel. I don't tolerate any phobias, any bigotry, any, you know, stupid comments like that. Oh, all, you know, all immigrants are criminals, or, you know, oh yeah, he looks a bit foreign. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? You know, check yourself out. Check yourself out and stay off my channel. Go and watch another channel, because I don't welcome anyone who is racist, homophobic, any of those things on my channel. So, adios, amigo. So I just wanted to say that. Now, of course, that my regular chatters are not like that. They're all really nice. They know that you don't make you know, to make comments like that, it's like ridiculous, isn't it? You know, like, look at the most famous sort of serial killers of all time. You've got Ian Brady, Myra Hindley, you've got Ted Bundy, you've got the Green River Killer, you've got in the UK Dennis Nielsen. They weren't immigrants. You know, that. So anyway, don't get me off on these things, but it just winds me up when people make ridiculous statements like that. So there. Now, I'm not mentioning them, but I can't even remember what their name was, actually, and I wouldn't mention them by name. But if they're watching this, you know who you are. Okay, let me just say hello to everybody who's here. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Mia. Hi, Daniel. Happy Thursday. Hi, Maria. Hi. I've said hello to Rio. Hi, Heather. Yeah, come on, England. Oh, cold and wet, Rio. Honestly, I'd swap you any day. Literally, if I could just beam myself up and go over to Manchester, I'd be there now. You can have all this heat, Mia. I don't like it. Hi, Chumba. Okay, so yeah, this horrible incident, which apparently happened, I think it was yesterday was Wednesday, so it's Tuesday evening, I believe. So how this guy, let's just have a look at the victims here, because I mean, the thing is, these people, as we've said before, they walk amongst us, don't they? This is what a triple murderer looks like. A triple murderer. There he is with the daughter that he was, having a relationship with. Doesn't look like he's harbouring thoughts of murder. Of course, he was still with the woman at that stage. Beautiful girls. This is the guy. John Hunt is a BBC racing commentator, and he's arrived home on Tuesday evening to find his wife and two daughters dying. Can you imagine that? You walk in through the door, hi, where is everyone? And they're all, deceased. Awful. Or nearly deceased, because they weren't deceased. So they suffered, didn't they? This horrible man who comes from a murderous family, because his brother is a murderer as well, it turns out. And his brother murdered an Asian boy. There you go. He's not foreign, but the person his brother murdered was foreign, or well, probably British, but British Asian. This is what a triple murderer looks like. They walk amongst us. You would walk past him in the street, you wouldn't notice him. He's got nothing distinctive about him. He's like, he's not got murderer tattooed across his forehead, or domestic abuser, or coercive controller. And he's just decimated a family, taken 3 lives. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And I'm talking about this today because I want to give you an update, but I don't know if I'll talk about this case in the future, because I've found it very triggering. Because I know that if when I split up from my ex-boyfriend, if he would have known where I was, the only reason I'm still alive is because I was lucky enough to be able to move around. And every time he found out where I was, I would move somewhere else. And when he finally deleted himself, but he would have deleted me as well, just like this guy did. This is what they do. I knew he would go off and try and do something to himself. Some people say, no, he's probably fled the country. Of course, no. Well, he couldn't anyway, but he took himself off somewhere to delete himself, because he's in his twisted mind. He'd be thinking, well, not only now nobody else can have this girl, but I'm going to join her in the afterlife. My ex-partner actually said that to me over the phone. I hope I see you on the other side. When we were together, he actually suggested once that we kill ourselves together. These people, these aren't thoughts that just come in. My ex-partner was 49 years old. These are not just thoughts that come into their head. He's probably had these kind of thoughts for quite a long time. And he will have been thinking, well, not only if I can't have her, nobody else is going to have her, but I'm going to join her on the other side. So he's taken himself back to where he came from, Enfield, gone into the cemetery there and done something to himself. Well, we don't know the details yet. When I was watching the news yesterday, just before the England match and before this news came out, You could see all the forensics there at the cemetery, and I thought they were going to announce that they'd found his body there, to be honest. But it looks like he's tried to do something to himself. He's failed miserably. And so they've had to go in and get him and stretcher him out. And he's in hospital at the moment. And he hasn't been charged yet. Now, he may die. We don't know what his injuries are. We don't know how seriously injured he is. There's sort of part of me that hopes that he dies, and there's another part of me that hopes no, I don't. That's too good for him to die. You know, he needs to suffer. He needs to be held to account, sent to prison for the rest of his life. He will suffer more that way. So there's part of me that wants him to die, and part of me that wants him to survive and suffer like he made this family suffer. A death's almost too good for him, really. Just unbelievable what he's done, the devastation that he's caused. And I just want to say my heart does go out a little bit to his mum, because she's lost. I mean, I don't know what she's like or what the family's like. You think, God, to bring up one murderer is bad enough, but to bring up two murderers, you think, is there something wrong in that family? But then, of course, you know, we don't know the domestic circumstances. But yeah, because his brother's in prison for murder for 30 years, for beating someone to death, you know, because they scratched his Ford Mustang. This is the sort of people we're talking about, not foreigners, British people. So where does all this anger come from? You know, I see you'd be angry. Someone scratches your car. You know, you'd have a bit of a mouthful at them, wouldn't you? You might even punch them. But, you know, the thought of actually beating someone to death because they scratched your car is just ridiculous. Anyway, we're going to have a look at what Sky News has got to say about it all. Hi, David. Hi, Joanne. So, yeah, he is caught. He is caught, but he's injured. He's in hospital. He hasn't been charged yet. So, let's have a look at what Sky News has got to say. So, Kyle Clifford, of course. Here he is, Kyle Clifford. I mean, you know, his name would tell you. You know, Kyle Clifford, you don't get much more British than that, though, do you? So, suspect Kyle Clifford found following a manhunt after wife and daughters of racing presenter John Hunt killed. Just can't imagine walking in and finding that scene. How is John? I hope, honestly, my heart just goes out to John and all the rest of the family. What's left of it? He's decimated a whole family, really. But my heart just goes out the thought of him. You know, imagine finding your wife and your two daughters. You know, you come home from work and that's what you find. So the 26, and again, it comes down to this age thing. 26 to be so, you know, to me, of course, that just seems so young, younger again than my son, to have all that hate inside you. Because, of course, it was premeditated as well. We're not talking about a crime of passion here. You know, we're talking about someone who bought a crossbow deliberately, went off, you know, or you know, got hold of a crossbow in some way, went off from where they lived in Enfield over to Bushy. No, he planned it. He probably went deliberately at a time when he knew that John Hunt wasn't there, maybe when father wasn't there, but all the women were there, like all home from work. I think it was about 7 in the evening. So he's now receiving medical treatment after Sky News pictures showed him being stretchered out of a North London cemetery. Let's have a look at the video. So yeah, when I was watching it yesterday, you could see all the forensics people around this cemetery. Of course, the good old media was sending up drones and everything to film. And so I did wonder if they'd found a body there, but probably if they wouldn't have found him as quickly as they did, it may have ended up being a body, because it sounds like he's injured himself. He may still die. We don't know how serious. They haven't, as far as I know, they haven't said how serious his condition is. And he's obviously shot himself, maybe with the crossbow as well, or maybe not. I mean, we don't know what he's done to himself. He said no shots were fired by armed police, so he wasn't shot by the police. I think they found him already injured, have they? No, they don't. Perhaps he's quite severely injured because they don't seem to be. If they haven't actually arrested him yet, they didn't seem to be concerned. That it might escape or that it might hurt a policeman or anything. So maybe he's very severely injured and he may die. So you just don't know what he's done, because if he's shot himself with the crossbow, has he shot himself in the head or something like that? So a suspect has been found and is receiving medical treatment following a manhunt after the wife and 2 daughters of a racing commentator were killed in an apparent crossbow attack. Armed police were urgently trying to find 26-year-old Kyle Clifford and warned the public not to approach him after the 3 women were killed in Ashling Close, Bushy in Hertfordshire, just before 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Police said he was found injured and no shots were fired by officers. So, Sky News pictures show Clifford being stretchered out of Lavender Hill Cemetery in Enfield, an area which has seen a significant police presence this afternoon, including armed officers. Clifford can be seen receiving medical treatment in the cemetery, which is close to his home. He was then taken by ambulance to the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel. So this is John Hunt, the racing commentator, his wife Louise, who was one of the victims. His daughters are Hannah and Louise, aren't they? Carol, sorry, his wife Carol, and his daughter. Here are his daughters. So here's Carol. This is the girl that was in a relationship with him, which is Louise, I believe, and she's a dog groomer, bless her. And the killings involve the use of a crossbow and possibly other weapons. So apparently, the wife, Carol, he's just walked in. He shot her in the chest with the crossbow immediately. So I don't know how he managed to. Of course, a crossbow doesn't make any noise, does it? So if she hadn't managed to